think he can win.
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to win, but I think he can win.
So
but he's going to have to box a brilliant fighter.
Mayweather was just better. He was better when they fought, but he was more technically sound and knew how to do things. Whereas
and Floyd Mayweather understands that. Guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford.
Joe Rogan recently weighed in on a fantasy matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, offering his take on who would come out on top. He called Mayweather one of the most brilliant fighters in boxing history, reminding fans of just how dominant Floyd was during his prime years. Rogan pointed out that many people tend to forget the level of competition Mayweather consistently beat. While he admitted that Crawford is an incredible talent and the matchup would be extremely competitive, Rogan emphasized that Mayweather's unmatched defense, timing, and ring IQ would give him the edge, making him almost impossible to defeat, even for someone as gifted as Crawford.
Floyd was in his prime. That would have been fucking incredible to see which style's superior.
Yeah.
Because Floyd would move towards you like this, he'd just get right up on you. It would just show you how good Floyd really is.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that he's won decisions by, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the best.
Analysts have praised Floyd Mayweather as a Hall of Fame legend whose career achievements remain untouched, while also giving Terence Crawford his due as today's pound-for-pound king. Both fighters share the rare distinction of having dismantled Canelo Alvarez, though they did so in different eras and with their own unique styles of dominance. This makes the comparison especially challenging, as each man symbolizes the highest level of boxing mastery in his time. Picking a definitive winner between Mayweather and Crawford, the analysts noted, is nearly impossible. Both stand as icons of the sport at its very peak.
Crawford won by 10 rounds. If you want to be, generous, 9 rounds to 2. But he clearly won the fight against Canelo. Clear. And Floyd Mayweather understands that, guess what? Styles make fights. He understands styles make fights. And he understands the greatness of Terence Crawford. And stated on numerous occasions that, guess what? Terence Crawford is pound for pound the best fighter in the world. He believes it, put his money where his mouth is, and it held to be true. So, again, and I hate to do this, and I hate to keep saying this, right? But people tried their best to try to pit Terence Crawford against Floyd Mayweather, right? Who's better? Who beat Canelo Alvarez? Who did it better? So on and so forth, right? The facts remain is this: they both outfight. They both won in dominant fashion. And styles make fights, right? And the style that Terence Crawford presents, the style Floyd Mayweather presents, now they do it different. It's too much for Canelo Alvarez. Point blank.
Bob Arum shared his take on the dream matchup between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford, and he didn't hold back. He believes Crawford would come out on top, even against Mayweather in his prime. Arum pointed to Crawford's exceptional blend of adaptability, speed, and ring intelligence, calling his skill set one of the rarest in modern boxing. In his view, Crawford's ability to adjust seamlessly to any opponent would give him the advantage, even against a defensive genius like Mayweather.
What's up, fight fans? Prime for prime. Who wins a fight, Floyd Mayweather Jr. or Bud Crawford? Bob Arum says Bud. Do you agree?
For prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
Trainer Greg Hackett broke down why Canelo Alvarez admitted that Terence Crawford's win over him carried more weight than Floyd Mayweather's. Hackett explained that when Mayweather fought Canelo, the Mexican star was still young and developing, gaining experience at the elite level. In contrast, Crawford faced a fully matured, battle-tested champion who had already established himself at the top of the sport. That's why, in Canelo's own eyes, Crawford's victory was more meaningful. It came against the strongest, most complete version of him.
Floyd Mayweather. What's your thoughts on his statement?
keep it simple. Him saying that, I can't say campaign because I don't know what he's done. But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23, I wasn't college. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he was fair and square. He beat me at my game and he beat me at his game. That's why I can understand. Do I believe that? I don't believe. You're not gonna ever see Bud versus Floyd. It's crazy. It's crazy because I would love to see it, but I know we're not gonna see it. But I can only take another word. He's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud is the better version of me, even though the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is somewhere in Canada. No, I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in total time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's somewhere in Canada. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying. You give Bud his credit though for Canelo. Canelo understands I am a better fighter today than I was then too. But that's hard to say because Floyd, you know what I'm saying? So like Bud, maybe 20% of what Floyd did and added up to his repertoire for this fight.
Commentators Simon Jordan, Adam Smith, and Duke McKenzie reflected on the build-up to Floyd Mayweather's showdown with Canelo Alvarez. At the time, Canelo was unbeaten, younger, and naturally bigger, leading many to believe that the 36-year-old Mayweather had taken on more than he could handle. Analysts predicted that Canelo's power and youth would finally hand Floyd his first defeat. Instead, Mayweather turned the tables, using his trademark style to completely shut down Canelo's offense and deliver a boxing masterclass that erased every doubt and reaffirmed his greatness.
There were all the question marks. Could he do that? Could he come with the power of Canelo Alvarez, who's adapted now and had to adjust in his career? He now throws single shots. And that's why it was the calculated gamble. Well, it wasn't really a gamble because me and Simon called it from the beginning. That we go, Mayweather ticks every department. You go, the only thing that people are hedging their bets on is that Canelo's the bigger guy, but he wasn't really anyway.
Nah.
You can see because Crawford come down from 185 anyway. You can see the physicality's in there. He was all the size of Canelo.
As Edward said long before this fight, I just think styles make fights. Canelo's style, this style of Canelo, is suited for Crawford. He can't throw combinations anymore. There's no more head movement from Canelo. Yeah. He tries to walk people down and hit you all over the body and all over the head if he can, but he can't put his combination. He can't sustain the combinations. And what really impressed me about Crawford was the fact that it was a question of like, didn't want to trade off early with Canelo. He traded late with Canelo because he couldn't take his power early. So in the early rounds, he was just pity-patting and just tapping him, kept spinning him, kept turning him and driving him mad. And then in the later rounds, as Canelo started to fade, from round 7, round 8, as the pace got a little bit slower, then Crawford's confidence, he was confident enough within himself to stand and trade with him. And even when he got on his side, he was hitting him with like 3s and 4s, hard shots, constant shots, just kept spinning him, kept turning him, and Canelo didn't really know where he was. Another great thing about Crawford, stayed southpaw throughout the whole fight, and Canelo admitted after that he couldn't handle a southpaw.
Couldn't work it out whatsoever.
Adam, we had Paulie Malignaggi on the show the other day with myself and Jim, and I want you to have a listen to what he had to say and see what you think of it.
I think Canelo has been, for a while, a diminishing fighter.
Shane Mosley, a former world champion who fought both Floyd Mayweather and Canelo Alvarez, offered a rare perspective that comes only from first-hand experience. Mosley emphasized that Mayweather's style set him apart completely, pointing to Floyd's impeccable timing, ability to read opponents, and unmatched control of the ring. Even against bigger, stronger fighters, Mayweather's intelligence and adaptability allowed him to neutralize threats with surgical precision. While Mosley acknowledged Canelo's exceptional power and skill, he stressed that Canelo couldn't match Floyd's ability to dictate the pace and flow of a fight. Having shared the ring with both men, Mosley spoke with authority, making it clear he viewed Mayweather as the more complete, dominant fighter.
He's the man. He's the man.
Absolutely. You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. I would
surprised to hear Canelo say that straight after the fight. I mean, credit to him, he's been really humble in defeat. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather. Who did you think was better at, Canelo or Mayweather?
Mayweather's just better. He was better when he fought because he was more technically sound and knew how to. Whereas Canelo had more power and plays the shots probably better. No, he didn't play the shots better. He was just younger and plays the shots really good. Like Canelo was really good at 21 years old. Like I was impressed. I was very impressed with Canelo at 21. But Mayweather was still technically more sound. Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Do you think it's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually taking more of a weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well.
Another perspective pointed to the generational shift in boxing greatness. While Floyd Mayweather is rightly celebrated as one of the all-time greats, some argue that if he and Terence Crawford fought today, Crawford would have the edge. The reasoning comes down to timing. Mayweather already ruled his era, while Crawford now commands this one. Every legend has his moment, and in today's landscape, Crawford is the fighter carrying the torch as the sport's most dominant force.
Very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would be hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather is definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford is his era.
Absolutely, and I noticed when I asked you, there was a slight pause. It's a real conversation now to be had, Canelo. Crawford, pardon me, up there with the likes of Mayweather. He's really touched himself into mountains.
He's definitely there.
Great conversations.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's definitely one of the GOATs.
Joe Rogan praised Floyd Mayweather not just for his in-ring brilliance but for the discipline that kept him at the top for so long. He noted how Floyd managed to stay in peak condition despite the distractions of wealth, fame, and a lifestyle surrounded by partying. Unlike many athletes who lose focus, Mayweather never allowed ego or excess to derail his career. Rogan admitted that if Terence Crawford had faced Floyd at his absolute best, it would be the ultimate test of Crawford's greatness, a testament to just how high Mayweather set the standard.
The idea of pulling up at a yacht is the opposite of what everybody tells you about fighting. The only person who's been able to do like that is Floyd Mayweather. He's the only guy who's been able to just be balling out of control, constantly flashing money, $1 million watches, a fleet of super expensive cars, still fucks everybody up.
He does.
The thing about Floyd is he never lost his discipline.
But through that balling night, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking.
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his fucking jeans on, he would jog home. I mean, the dude was always training.